Hi, again, I came back with project 5. It is a part 2 of that one because that is going to show the another tenant, and let us show the another tenant and how we can customize the application with this new tenant, and we'll show how it is different, and we will run the application. Let us log in as another tenant which is already created. The order and password is welcome. And already I showed the how to register. So now I'm going to log in this one. It is already registered, and we created some workflows and um, databases, objects for customization. Let us log in this one, and you can see this customized workflow. Now let us go to this customized workflow. Go here. We can see these are the workflows. It's like H card, add to card workflow, which is a little different from the other. It is used for add to card. But here actually is you can see this format item details and next was store item details to cart. So it is showing something and it is storing that item details and is showing, so which is pretty similar. Next, create order workflow, which is consisting of two web services, get order info and store order info with order details. So it is a little bit different. We can see the difference from the previous one. And now you can this login workflow, which is pretty much same, which is doing the login stuff, where it is get login info, action for user exists, and then password match. Payment workflow, and which is got two web services. Check credit card is checking the credit card first, and then store receipt info with details, which is a little bit different than the previous one. You can see the difference when it is storing the receipt, it is showing some other messages. And receipt workflow, it is also showing the receipt, but it is also has a different output, just like get receipt detail with order and payment. So we can see the difference than our previous tenant. Registration workflow, which is do the registration and is consisting of so many web services, get user info, check get user info, check password, retype match, check user ID access, and store registered information with details. You can see the output is different here. Store information with details. It will show some other output as it is registration after successful registration. Now H running total, and you can see this consisting of two web services. One is add value, another one is format value output in dollar. So which is a little bit different than other. There's the previous one. You can see this one. Now these are all the workflows which we'll be using for creating the application, and we can see how does it work. Now I'm going back to the customization again to show the customize the data model. Now you can see this data model here. We can start with this one, items, and it has got, we can see it has got few fields for the items. So you can see item ID, item name, item price, item status, and item type. Now if we see the data of these items, you can see existing there are three data, and you can see all the data, just like first data is value 0 is equal to 1, item ID equal to 1, and value 1 means item name equal research and Billa Padula. Value 2 means price, value 3 is the status, and value 4 is the type, is the journals. So these are all three. For showing, let me create another data where I'm going to add some data so we can see this when we can see that add to cart screen. So let us see this one, new data today something one, and item ID maybe we can give 50, and item name maybe we can give some other name, Java web services, and item price we can give maybe $100, and then item status available maybe, and item type is a book. Now we can save this record. You can see this record will be here for this one, Java web services here. Now I'm going back to the here, so it's there, and back to customization. Now you can see all our data model is ready, and workflow is ready, mainly workflow which will be creating the application. Now let us go to the application. How does it work? And this application we are going, and you can see this tenant is T alter this one. This is a different tenant. Now let us see how does it work. We can log in here, but before that, let us register. If a new customer, let us create a customer register. So customer name, we can give some name, Simon Smith maybe, and then customer address maybe 111 Main Street something, and 503555555, and choose ID. You can give SMITH, and password I'm going to use maybe welcome, and type password welcome. Now let us see how does their output is coming. It is going to create, it is going to register this Simon Smith, whose user ID is Smith. Let us see how does it work. See, it's successfully stored and whole thing. It is not like before. Before we saw only some smaller one. You can see there's a different one. So we are calling a different workflow and web services. That's why it is different. Now let us log in here with the same user ID, which is Smith. The password is welcome. Let's log in. And after logging in, is going to call obviously some workflow for login workflow. And after that successful workflow, let us do one thing. Make it a failure. Maybe welcome instead of welcome. Maybe www certified. Now if we click on login, it is not going to the another screen. It will show you something. Login failure incorrect. Password is incorrect. So now give me the, let me give the password, correct password. And if I do login, it will take me to the another screen, which is the selection of the item. Now you can see the selection of the item. You can see all these books and all the books we can see here, and a journal. And you can see we added the Java web services here, which was you can see the details is $100 and 50 item ID is available. Let's add to cart this one. And when I do the add to cart, it is going to call obviously that particular workflow. Let me do. And you can see is another workflow is showing here. Total amount is in dollar now. It's a different one. It was not in dollar before. This is dollar. Now let me add another one. So the details and is 100. If you add to cart, it will keep on adding, which is the running total, but in a different way. So you can see this is a dollar string, 100, $200. And now if you do checkout, it's going taking me to the another page, which is showing the customer ID and the order ID. And let us give some description. This is a new order for school, and total amount is $200. And if I do create order, let us see how does it work. How does it show? If we do create order, now it is showing me your order accessibility details, and it is showing all the details of order ID, customer ID, order description, order status in a different way. It was not showing it in the previous tenant. So it is a different tenant, a different web services of the workflow. So it is little differently customized. That's why it is showing like this. And now we can go for the payment. And once you go for the payment, it will take me to another page. Here I can give some credit card number. I'll give the valid credit card number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to use valid expiration date, which is valid for us, which is in the database, and some valid name. Sorry, I just pressed process. Why is it not there? If we use some valid name here. Now let us do the process here. Let's see how does it work. It's successfully processed. Order ID is this one, and amount. So now after process, it is showing some other output, because process payment is a different workflow here for this tenant. So it is showing the output in a different way. Before that, it was showing only success so far, I remember. Now the show receipt is enabled. If you go to show receipt, it is going to call another workflow. Now let us see how does it work. And the look will be different from the other tenant. See, the other tenant, the look was different. So that's all for this whole application. And we can create any number of tenants, and customize any application with the workflows, because we can create any workflow in the particular tenant. And when you are using that tenant, so that particular workflow will be used. So its customization will be very much compartmental different from each other, the same application. Thank you.